and welcome, you beautiful bookish people. My name is Brooke and I like to read fantasy books. Today is gonna be such a fun day because I have planned a trope tournament. So basically, I'm gonna see what my favorite trope is. Now, I wrote down my top 12 tropes, which I feel like is a lot. And it ranges anywhere from like super generic, not generic, but like general tropes to micro tropes. And I realized I like more micro tropes than I do like big tropes. And I just wrote them down. I did not think about it any further because I want to truly see what I actually think, and this is gonna be so dang hard. I don't know why I'm doing this to myself. This is gonna be the worst. But let's head over to my screen so I can show you the bracket. Here we are. Here are the 12 tropes. I'm gonna list them all off for you. First, we're starting out so strong. She has every right to be the villain versus feminine rage. Did I spell feminine wrong? Oh my God, I think I spelled feminine wrong. Hold on. Yeah. But I spelled feminine wrong. Let's ignore that. It's fine. It's totally feminine. Whoops. Anyways, and then found family, enemies to lovers. He's injured, she helps. She's captured, he's feral. He washes her hair. She falls first, he falls harder. Nightmare, one bed, who did this to you, and touch her and die. These are some really good tropes, and I'm sure there's probably some out there that I like can't think of, but if I can't think of it, like, is it really my top 12? Oh my God, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? This is round one. Oh, good Lord. I feel like the she has every right to be the villain is an amazing trope. And I definitely think Throne of Glass did that really, really well. But also like feminine rage is just so satisfying to experience. Like I just read A Fate Inked in Blood by Danielle L. Jensen and that was really feminine rage. But I think as far as like a story as a whole, I'm gonna have to go with she has every right to be the villain. Okay, found family versus enemies to lovers. Why am I doing this? My favorite found family would either have to be City of Gods and Monsters or Six of Crows. And then enemies to lovers, I feel like, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with found family just because a lot of books that say this is enemies to lovers is not truly enemies to lovers. Like I want you guys trying to off each other, not like, oh, you're kind of annoying. Okay, found family. Oh, she's injured, he's injured, she helps. Somebody's injured and somebody's helping. That one gets me every time because it's usually like the first moment where they actually decide to bond almost. Yay, trauma bonding. And then she's captured, he's feral. This is only gonna get harder from here. I would have to say, you know what? I'm gonna go with he's injured, she helps because I feel like that moment is where like the romance really takes a turn. But like the she's captured, he's feral kind of incorporates feminine rage or vice, I don't know, you know what, okay, quick decision. He washes her hair, or she falls first, he falls harder. The washing hair trope I feel like is very similar to he's injured, she helps. So I think I'm gonna have to go with she falls first, he falls harder. Nightmare versus one bed. Ooh. I feel like for whatever reason this one's easy and I'm gonna have to go with Nightmare. Because especially in A Court of Mist and Fury, I feel like that was, I mean, in A Court of Mist and Fury, we had one bed and Nightmare. But I feel like the one bed, it was like satisfying for that moment. But the Nightmare kind of like lets you into the character even more about like what they're having a nightmare about. And then like the other character is like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Can I help you? Let's sleep in the same bed so you don't have any nightmare. Like Peeta and freaking Katniss. Oh my God. Okay, who did this to you? And touch her and die. I don't even know what's going on in my brain right now. I'm trying to explain my thought processes, but like, my brain ain't working. No, I'm going with who did this to you. Oh, that one's so good. That one's so good. Okay, wait. Okay, round two. Wait, why did that one get pushed so far? It's fine. It's fine. I don't actually understand how brackets work. Is now a good time to tell you? No, I'm kidding. I know I get it. He's injured, she helps versus she falls first, he falls harder. These are so different though. That's what I'm having trouble with. I'm like, how can I actually compare these and figure out what like, oh, what is my favorite? I'm gonna have to go he's injured, she helps. I love a good trauma bond. That makes a lot of books just absolutely phenomenal. Nightmare versus who did this to you? Here's, I feel like, a stipulation. If it's a who did this to you and he doesn't go out and do something about it, then the who did this to you doesn't really matter in my eyes. because I feel like that's a prime opportunity for him to take action. Bottom line, it's a good opportunity for a good plot. In the nightmare, I really feel terrible knocking off the nightmare trope, but I'm gonna have to say who did this to you, regardless of the, what is it called, stipulations? That's a word. That's a word. Oh, she has every right to be the villain versus found family. This one is weirdly easy. I'm gonna have to go with found family. That one is something that I search for in every single stinking book that I read. He's injured and she helps. Versus who did this to you. I feel, oh my God. So I feel like if I wrote this, she's injured, he helps, it would really be like, she's injured, he finds her sitting on the floor, bleeding out, knocking on his door, bleeding out, whatever. And then he does the who did this to you, and then like helps her recover and then goes out. So I feel like they go hand in hand, but which part do I like more? Is it the rage or is it the downtime that they have? Bonding, trauma bond. You know what? We're going for the trauma bond. Final freaking round. Should I have done more? I feel like we should have a part 2 with other tropes, or maybe we should have a trope tournament where I do my least favorite tropes, like which is my most hated trope. That would be interesting. Now, final round. Found family versus he or she is injured and then he or she helps. I can't tell you that I came into this not expecting a certain trope to win, because I kind of figured it would be this one, but I didn't want to speak too soon because I had written down so many good ones, and I'm gonna have to choose found family. Oh my God, why did I do that to myself? I hate knocking all of these off, but oh my God, okay, found family. I feel like that was really telling of me as a reader based on my choices during that. I didn't expect some of that to be so easy, but I also didn't expect to be so conflicted about certain things. Like that was really interesting, because I feel like I love books that have like, you need a little bit of trauma in there. You need something that's gonna bond some of the characters, but also give them a rough past, but also make them a little bit tortured. Like, it's gotta have some sauce behind it. But I feel like at the end of the day, I stand by my statement. Like every single book I read, my almost #1 priority is like, okay, well, how do these characters work together? Like, do they feel like family? Do they not feel like family? Like, what kind of relationship you have going on there? And when that moment hits where I'm like, oh my God, they're a family, I feel like it's just the best thing ever. Like, go read Six of Crows, go read City of Gods and Monsters, because those found families are top freaking notch. I'm telling you. And I tried to give you some recommendations for all the tropes, but I feel like somewhat I kind of forgot. But all of these are honestly pretty common in some fantasy books, so it's probably not hard to find. I don't know. That was interesting. That was fun. Let me know if I should do a worst/least favorite trope tournament in the comments, and leave me your favorite trope of the ones that I put up, but also your favorite trope of all time. Could be from romance books, could be from thriller books, could be from fantasy books, because fantasy is my favorite. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.